Hi, hey, hello, and howdy guys, and thank you to everybody who has returned to see another video where Brooklyn talks about an odd topic that nobody asked her to, and thank you to those who have just tuned in who have never been here before because you have no idea what you're getting into.
No sleep till
So for those of you who don't know and for those of you who do, let's have an introduction. My name is Brooklyn Quintana and I'm an author, and today we're going to talk about another behind the scenes kind of deal about what it's like to be a professional author. Today we're going to talk about my favorite kind of events. It's Boozy book fairs. So what are Boozy book fairs? They are events that are curated usually by smaller bookstores, indie bookstores, that kind of deal, with local breweries where the bookstore themselves will take books out to the brewery. They'll have like a big line where all of the books are out there. It's kind of like an outdoor bookstore at that point. And then they have a lot of local authors show up with booths and everything where they're selling, you know, their books. And they have bookish content creators as well, people who sell book related things like stickers and coasters, book art, jewelry, that kind of thing, everything that fits that kind of local artisanal vibe that they're going for. So now that I've very badly explained what I'm trying to talk about and what the concept of a Boozy book fair is, let's get into why they are my favorite events. For one, they're very laid back. Why? They're at a brewery. Everybody's having a nice cold drink. They're outside usually. Everybody's milling around, talking, interacting, and it's really fun to get to talk to the readers. When prospective readers come up to me and they want to talk about what the book is about, I have the time and I'm in like the setting where I can sit back and chat with them and be like, hey, here's what the book's like. Here's like, if you like this book, you may like my book. We'll, you know, share a drink together, talk, and it's fun. It's like building a relationship with your readership, which I think is one of the most integral aspects of being an author, especially when you are first starting out trying to grow your community and get people talking about it. When you actually get to have that one-on-one time with readers and talk to them in a very casual, very chill setting, that's not a stuffy regular book event where I'm sitting up on a panel and people are coming up to me and I'm like, I'm clearly at work and you're here for me. This is like we're both chilling. Like I'm still at work, but it's a fun event and we're hanging out and we're talking books and talking shop and everything. And people are more likely to actually buy the books because that's exactly what you're doing. You're talking to them. You're having a good time. You're being a relatable person. You're not just like, here's my stuff, buy it. You're like, hey, that's cool. Like, I like this book too. I'm also a reader. What do you like? This is what I like. You'll probably like my book. On that note, I think one of the hardest aspects of going to the Boozy book fairs is remembering that I am at work. Like, I really want to just talk to people about books and tell people like, I really like this book, you should buy it. But I'm here to promote my work and I'm here to show you who I am and what I can do, and I want you to buy my book. And sometimes it's really hard to take that step back and be like, no, we can't just talk about books all day. Like, I have to get to the next person. I am working. This is a work event for me, but it's still a lot of fun. Like, I don't want it to seem like I don't think it's fun. I love it. I love when people come up to me and say, oh, I've seen you on YouTube. I've seen you on TikTok. I've seen you on Instagram. I listened to you on this podcast. I've heard of your book. I've seen it on Goodreads. Like, those are some of the greatest moments for me in my career. I just feel like I've done something right and I'm still doing something right, that I'm out there and I get to go to these events and people keep, you know, inviting me back. And like I said, I usually always sell out because people are just having a good time and I'm having a good time. And when you're having a good time at work, people can tell, you know, that you enjoy what you do, you're passionate, and that really kind of makes people want to talk to you and want to buy your work because you're there having a good time and you're so excited, and that makes them excited. So, all that being said, if there are Boozy book fairs in your area and you are a reader, it is a great place to check out a lot of local authors. I've met some wonderful people around and people who even come in for these events out of state. So they definitely draw in the authors that are around, and it's totally worth it. You will see some like wild, outrageous books that normal big five type book publishers aren't going to be putting out there. Sorry, that's my dog barking. Whoopsies. Anyway, it draws in such a cool crowd. It draws in really cool authors and you get to meet people, mingle. It's a great time. And for those authors who are tuning into this, it's also a good experience for you because not only are you out there selling your, you know, your books that you put so much work into in a casual, fun setting and hanging out with people and meeting your readers, you're also meeting other authors. Why is this important? Because you never know who people know. You never know who has an who has a podcast that their friend hosts or even they host. I was just on the podcast Most Writers Are Fans, and it's hosted by an author named Terry Bartlett. I can't remember his last name. I feel so bad about that. Anyway, check it out on Spotify. But he actually reached out to me and was like, hey, we met at this Boozy book fair. It was a Halloween event. I really loved your book. I really loved your pitch. I would love for you to come on my show and talk about how to create a book pitch, which by the way, I will make a video about. And that was really cool. That was me networking and having that connection. So networking at events, even when they're fun, casual events, is so important. And I feel like not enough writers understand that. Like, there are a lot of people like myself are very introverted and you'd rather just stand there and not interact with other people, but that's not going to get you more book sales. That's not going to get you on podcasts and shows, and that's not going to really grow your readership. You have to let people see your personality. Have fun with it. And you know what? Sometimes you just have to suck it up and do it anyway, even if it's uncomfortable, because you never know who you're going to meet. So that was my little rant about why I love Boozy book fairs, why you should go if you're a reader, and why you should definitely go if you're an author. If you're interested in more kind of behind the scenes information about what it's like to be an author, the kind of stuff that I'm always out doing, or the kind of stuff that I want to be doing, go ahead and comment down below. Have you guys ever been to Boozy book fairs, or does it sound like something that you would want to do? I am so sorry for my dog's interruption, but that's what it's like living with a German Shepherd. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you back here again.